Black girl, black girl. You know I love my black girl.
Say Luxe in the building. Say Luxe gang.
Real wavy. Looking real wavy.
Hey.
So let them know a little bit about yourself, what you do, give them a rundown.
I'm the R&B rock star, you know what I'm saying? We come out, I started my career last year, January 2017.
Okay.
And I think Silver actually, did you introduce me my first performance out?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did SOBs, you know what I'm saying? And it's been history ever since. Saturday I opened up for Trey Songz.
Oh, that's nice.
Shout out to my brother Pretty for that. Traffic Music in the building. He produced a lot of music for me, principal music. They also play with me, my band. So you know I come out and play bass. You know what I mean? I come out with the whole team.
How was that experience for you?
Oh, it's incredible. Starting out, I came into this shit by accident. You know what I'm saying? I was never meant to be an artist. Well, I was clearly meant to be an artist.
Right.
But that was never the journey I was on. You know what I'm saying? And my team was just like, we was working with a lot of artists who really didn't want it. And so I was writing, I was producing and shit. And we was trying to get the music out there. But we couldn't find an artist to like really push and like deliver. You know what I'm saying? So
and be consistent.
Show up, want to work hard. We couldn't find it, so my boy Prince, he was like, yo bro, you're already writing the records, you're already referencing the records. Why don't you just do it? Why don't you just put out some music? We get a call, he got a call from Aggie. About
Shout out to Aglayo and
you know what I mean? More bookings, you know what I'm saying? We got a call, he got the call, he was like, oh, you know any artists that want to perform, whatever the case. He hit me like, bro, you doing the show? I'm like, what? He said, yeah, we talked about it. You might as well just do a show, you might as well perform. So I never wanted to be an artist I hate when I see artists that don't have original music out. I hate that shit. It's like, how you an artist, you doing a bunch of covers? You know what I'm saying? It's a personal pet peeve as a creator. So because of that show that he got the call for, we ended up dropping a single just because of that, because I didn't want to perform. So we dropped it a week before and invited some people out. I think we had like 30 people pull up, and it's been history ever since.
So it was in the cards for you.
First of all, his fan base crazy. Can we talk about that?
I have women with posters and shit.
Luxe gang does not play
They don't play at all, bro.
They about to be the next Beehive or the next bar or something.
They go
for real.
What do you feel like is their favorite song from you?
What's their favorite song from me?
Yeah.
I have to say Black Girl.
Yup.
Yeah.
They sing it louder than him. You cannot hear him when that song comes on. But it's a cool song.
I can see why though. Yeah. So do you feel like your journey was moving too fast though? Like you say you started like last year. Like pretty much like how it was 6ix9ine, you just started and then like
No, I'm not. I would wish to have like success like 6ix9ine has reached, but I don't think I've reached that
plateau.
Definitely haven't reached that yet, but I mean we getting there. So it's just one day at a time. That's how we take it. So I don't think anything is too fast because I'm always just thinking about the next. I'm always focused on what's happening right now. I don't dig into what's gonna come because you can't plan that. You know what I'm saying? You can't speculate on what might happen or what call you might get. You know what I'm saying? When I got the Trey Songz call, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a call. I was actually in the club. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna have you open for that. You know what I'm saying? And it was just, you can't plan for that.
Yeah.
So everything just happens one day at a time. We take it one step at a time, one song at a time.
So one thing I wanted to ask you, like what, besides everything you said, what motivates you? Because when I tell you St. Luxe is everywhere, like I'll be at industry events or whatever that's invite only, and I look up and I see St. Luxe, and I'm like, yo, this man works, he hustles, like he's really about it. So what motivates you?
But one thing most people don't know about, a lot of people who might have just heard about me, but I'm the oldest of 11, so.
11 kids?
Yeah, my parents 11 kids from the oldest and both. Yeah.
They went to work.
My parents, they both ex-military, they both Marines.
Oh, damn.
So, you know what I mean? Like everything is discipline, everything is hard work. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work to get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no choice. I got team members, I got grown men that work with me that gotta eat. So, you know what I'm saying? It's no game out here.
You gotta feed the wolves.
Yeah, you gotta, everybody wanna get to it, and we have to get to it. I don't got no choice.
That's the thing. So, you started off writing?
I started off, I'm a musician by trade, like, so I grew up playing.
Instrument.
Yeah.
What kind of instruments?
Bass guitar.
Who taught you?
Just playing in church, kind of, you know what I mean, listening to records, listening to music, and just sitting down, rewinding song.
Trying to play around. So do you know how to read music, or you on your drum line?
I do read music as well. Not as good as I used to, because we used to, I went to school for music as well, so I had to study and learn how to read and sight read and sight play. But I'm so hard to practice. I'll have to sit down with a chart now and like chart it out, you know, make out notes, make out notations.
Face.
I'll be able to figure it out from there. But so I don't sight read as much anymore, because everything we do now is just a feel, and it's because we've been able to create. Back then it was like I was playing for other people. So sometimes you come into a session and you have a piece of music that you need to play, and you're getting paid to play it. So that's your job. Now my job is to create. So I don't have to necessarily sit and learn somebody else's piece of music. My job now is to create a piece of music that I think other people are gonna enjoy, and then present it to them in the best way I think possible. So.
Did you have like a Joe Jackson in your life? Because not for my dad. He used to be in the music
Well,
industry.
I think I wish.
So like he was like that with me. Everything like play this. Like
No, everything was me. I don't have any like musicians in my family. My parents really they really wasn't for it as far as me going into it professionally.
What did they want you to do?
Right.
They wanted me because, you know, I don't know if you guys know, but a lot of parents, you know, they feel like if it's not something like
Be Caribbean?
Doctor,
lawyer. If it's not something like sustainable in a way that feels like there's some kind of structure and or true path to get there. There's no true path for this. There's no, okay, you're gonna do 4 years here, you're gonna do a residency, and then you're gonna do, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be an intern, or there's no secure plan. So it's like, okay, they want the best for you, so they want you to do something that they feel is gonna make you money.
Or be stable.
It'll be stable. And we all know people who don't make any money from this, who've been doing this for years. You know, I've been blessed to be able to come in and a little bit of my journey. I left music for a while. I had a mentor. He told me you don't make money making music. You make money selling music. So I left music and I went into sales full time and learned business, marketing, and things like that. Then by the time I came back to the music last year, now I had something to go based off, and I knew how to use my connections and my relationships and how to use numbers to work for me.
So you're smart about your
Nice.
Absolutely.
So what's something you could give us advice on? Like, say we're artists and we want to start making money, making music or selling music, whatever the case may be. What's one thing you could tell us?
It's like the biggest thing you said about Lux Gang. Like, you see Lux Gang, but the magic behind Lux Gang is direct to consumer marketing. You know, so building actual relationships with people and giving them something that they feel is quality, so that way they put money behind you. You know what I mean? I have a lot of people that's willing to spend money on me. That's why a lot of promoters, they like to book me. And they know people gonna pay the ticket. This last ticket we did, Saturday tickets was anywhere from $60 to $75. You know what I mean? And people would be spending money, and I'm able to make my numbers. So they're gonna keep booking. So as an artist, you wanna make sure that you're doing that, and then you're giving the science behind it, though, and the emotion behind it is to give people something that they feel like they can only get from you.
Right.
Which is why when I started, the first song I dropped was a song called No Makeup. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I heard that. That's why they wear makeup today. I'm lying.
You know what I mean? And the song, the business behind the song is that it's not an anti-makeup song, but it's a pro skincare song.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's inclusive.
It's inclusive, so everybody, you know what I'm saying? So all the ladies love it. I know girls that love playing it while they're putting their makeup on. You know what I'm saying? I have, you know, beauty influencers that push my music, and all they do is makeup, and they love that song. And then, you know, we dropped a song like French Toast. You know what I mean?
Heard that too, made me hungry as hell on my way here.
It's about eating pussy, but the way I packaged it was, you know, in the form of I knew that brunch was like getting hot, like day parties. So I made a song called French Toast that like fits right in that lane. But
So give us the hug.
oh, the hook of French Toast?
Yes.
Girl, what is it, how it go?
You act nuts.
You could have pulled it up. Oh, no, definitely. Girl, taste of your French toast. Syrup dripping down on your French toast. Early in the morning for your French toast. You love when I'm down on your French toast. Love when I go down on your French toast. All the way around on your French toast. Macaroni sound on your French toast. Love when you taste French toast.
He making love to the mic. Y'all see it?
See, I remember though, because on my way here, I was listening to it, and I'm like, I was literally imagining syrup being poured on some French toast. I guess because I was hungry.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about no French toast.
I sure was.
You can put syrup on it.
Nah, that's going to infection some kind of shit. Just straight tongue.
But to piggyback a little bit off of her earlier, what advice do you give though to the young, girl or boy that's trying to break into anything that they're dreaming of, but they have parents like yours that are like, no, do this instead. 'Cause I think that's everybody's biggest struggle is their family kind of pulling them back.
Teach that. It's got to be something in you. If someone's, what I believe is, if somebody's words are enough to make you not pursue it, it's probably not meant for you. So if somebody can tell you something and you feel away and it makes you draw back, it's probably not meant for you anyway. So it's good. It's good that they told you that because it's life is gonna get way harder than someone using words to tell you not to do something. So if you can't handle that over it, then it's not even for you. So it's good that they told you that.
Okay. So what makes you different from the regular artists? Like, we'll say one of our more booking showcases. What do you feel like sets you apart? Because I know that what sets you apart, but what do you feel like sets you apart?
There's a lot of cool answers I can say, but a big answer, a big practical answer is preparation.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm always over prepared. My team is always over prepared.
That is key.
I'm always thinking about what could go wrong and what might go wrong, and to circumvent that, I put different avenues in place to be able to call up, audible on the fly, and everybody know what I'm talking about, and then we can execute efficiently.
We do have a caller, real quick though. Someone also said confidence is a stain you can't wipe off. Let's see what this caller. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you from? Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you're from?
Cola, what up?
All right, so
we appreciate all that.
we do.
Right, thank you for tuning
in. Thank you for the list.
This is my first interview I ever did like that.
I felt like it, cause I'm like the juries or whatever. Like I felt like it.
Take this with you. So one of my questions was though, are you ever nervous or have you been nervous so far, like opening for such big like Trey Songz? I think designer. No. Right?
No.
No.
I've never seen him
nervous,
sweat. I've
though?
never seen him sweat.
Like, is it the confidence that?
Let's see if you call him back. Hopefully we can get him.
Hello, caller.
I'm online.
Yes.
You
I've been on hold for a good minute.
Sorry.
What's good?
Who are you? I mean, who's this caller and where you come from? Like, who are you? No. What's your name and where you calling from?
Philly would know. This is your boy Nas.
Hey, Nazin.
Okay.
What's going on? Before I say anything, I just want to give a quick shout out to St. Luxe right now. I'm actually watching the interview right now on stream. On my big ass TV in the fucking house.
That's
Hey!
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that.
First of all, y'all crazy. Y'all niggas crazy. Real quick though, St. Luxe, I do want to say I respect your grind, and I can see where your strong background definitely came from, and I respect everything that you're doing right now, and I hope you will prosper in the future. Who knows? We might cross paths in the future.
I appreciate that so much, man.
Aw, Nazin.
Yeah. But real quick though, y'all still answering questions about the whole relationship thing?
Yeah, that's.
We didn't even get there
We
yet.
ain't all the way get there.
But go ahead.
Throw in yes.
What's
Because
good,
I
David?
got a pretty funny story. I got a pretty funny story. I didn't have to.
He always do.
So real quick, I'll repeat the question, and the question is, how does each sex deal with the breakup? So.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what my friend did, actually. And I was there when that happened, and it wasn't pretty.
Is the friend a male or a female?
So, it was a male.
Okay.
It's my boy. I'm not going to say his name and everything, but let's just say. So, this was like this. Boom, we was at the crib, and he knew that he was going to break up with his girl and everything, but then, surprisingly, he found out that she was pregnant. But the thing is...
Ooh, plot twist!
Hold up. This one chick is crazy. She knew she'd been diving for a minute. Even I peeped that and such. And when I found out that she was pregnant, and he was there trying to see like if it was his, and she was like, well, I don't know. Mike, this is through text.
What?
At the crib, my boy was so lit up. He quickly ran to the kitchen, grabbed any kind of sharp knife, and was dead about to dip out the crib. Case in point, he was dead about to kill the bitch.
Oh.
He's stupid.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Just because
Did we
he was
just-
so freaked out
Are we
that he
accessories
might
to a crime now?
Find this man Maury right now.
Oh my god. Okay, so guys, the question is, how do you deal with a breakup? And we just kind of.
I'm guessing they broke up at that point. I mean, is the baby? Did she ever have a baby?
So did he make it out? Did he make it outside?
The funny shit is, the very next day, actually,
She wasn't
she was
pregnant.
trying to get her. She was trying to get him to send money over so that she can go to the clinic and buy the pill. But she was BSing the whole time and everything. Saying, like,
It wasn't his. It wasn't his.
And everything, like,
He's stupid.
the girl.
Wow.
And he was just full BSing the whole time and everything. And in his mind, he probably could like, yo, this bitch is a straight BSer. So it's like, he dubbed that and everything. Long story short, it wasn't his. And he never had a bitch.
And she,
Well, we could have predicted
Right.
that. The way the limps that she took, she definitely was out here. Daddy.
That is stressful. I'm getting a lot of emojis on my Facebook right now. Niggas is looking like, what? They got
my
the stress
goodness.
right now.
She had a friend, her friend had a friend over who she brought a man, and he came. She said she was 8. She told the dude she was 18, but we later found out that the bitch was 13.
Whoa!
Hey, listen, we ain't not like no cases on here.
Because I see thematics reaction. Yo, if y'all seen Love and Hip Hop, Wet Market was there when they was talking about the shit with Safari and
Listen, we
A1.
was hanging out with
He had a Marcus reaction just now.
Wait a minute.
Oh my god.
All right, but thank you for that story. We are going
I'm
to commercial
scared.
break real quick.
I'm scared. Now we gotta call the police on commercial break.
Just let us know where we can find you from, because you got us all fucked up right now. Drop your Instagram.
Basically, you just find me on Instagram, DadMix3. For some of you that know, if you're already checking that out, I'm a photographer. So, yeah, scroll down, check it out. If you like it, book me. I'm also doing more booking.
Hey,
Thank you so much for calling in.
No problem. Take care. Have a good night.
bye.
All right, guys, so we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back with St. Legs.
Yeah.
And we're back.
What's
Yeah,
good?
If y'all was wondering, that was our special guest's song, St. Lux. Shout out to
Black
that song
girl,
called
black
Black Girl.
I love it, you know.
Now I was feeling that, like, because I'm hella pro black as fuck. So
Right.
that was like, I felt like he was singing to me or whatever. What inspired that song though? Because I feel like
Which one?
Black Girl.
Oh, Black Girl? It's crazy. That song came from, long story short, I was working on trying to come up with like some like shareable content, like something to do with social media, right? So I always see girls online talking about niggas, how they get this, how they get that. Blah, blah, blah.
Ain't shit, say it.
Right? So initially I went to do something that was going to like in my mind help women like see like where we coming from and this and that. But I felt like in doing that, I felt like I was coming up with this list of things that I didn't like. And I didn't like that, you know what I'm saying? Because I love my women and I didn't want it to come off like that. So I had a mentor of mine one time. He said, never be the kid that you can't hug first.
Who is this mentor? Because I keep hearing this word mentor. Who is it? Because he got gems as fuck.
He's a different mentor at the time, but he said, so that took that concept, and I didn't want to come out with something where I felt like it was negative. I just wanted to like praise my women and like show them I thought they was everything to me. And so I figured I'd write a song about it. Trap of music, you know what I'm saying? It's my brother, Ryan, man. He had the record. He played it for me, and I was like, that's the beat right there. And we stripped it, and I sat down with it. And I think I wrote the song in like 25 minutes. Cut it right in the crib, right in the living room.
Who helps you with your beats mostly? Because all your beats are like pretty
My
fire.
brother, Trap music right here.
That's your blood brother?
No, it's not my blood.
I was about to say, because like, y'all can really keep it in the family.
I mean, it's like that, you know what I'm saying? It's basically
Pretty much blood.
And then Principal Music, it's my brother as well. He tried to play guitar with me when I perform.
In the church?
He be killing it. So serious.
I can't. Nah, he's incredible. I mean, he's taught with everybody, you know what I'm saying? Been doing music for years. And we just sat down, he believed in what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And he sees that I'm hungry. And we just been going for it. In years time, we've accomplished so much.
So we always start. I wanted to ask, why R&B rock star as opposed to pop rock star?
When I was coming out, at the time when I was deciding, trying to make a decision, I was going to be this artist that they was talking about. I had been hearing this R&B is dead type of vibe. So they were like, R&B is dead, R&B is dead. I was like, how R&B dead? Like, I grew up on R&B, you know what I'm saying? Every song I could remember from back in the day, you know what I'm saying? It's mostly R&B songs that I love that made me, help me be the man I am today. You know what I'm saying? Just that laid back, cold, smooth nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like people always say, like, I'm the perfect balance between nigga and gentleman. And I feel like
a nigga man.
Imagine.
And that came from, you know what I'm saying? That came from the R&B music that I love, you feel me? So
I feel like people gonna be used to that.
I mean, not for nothing. I was one of the people that I felt like R&B wasn't where we needed to be, which was alive. And R&B is so important because I feel like R&B teaches people how to be romantic.
absolutely.
Right.
And
how
how
to
to-
date, like.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, Joe, all the things that men won't do, come
Exactly.
on.
Talk
Like,
about it.
it was for the ladies. And then when the ladies did it, it was just like a proud, you know, exclamation
To
of
me, that was
pussy
black love
power, you know
at
what I'm
the
saying?
time.
Like,
That was black love.
man, Adina Howard, I gave you everything.
Yeah.
Like, it just gave you all license to just be yourself and just be, you know, I don't know.
Yep.
So who were some of your biggest R&B inspirations?
Oh, that's a big question. She mentioned Joe, you know what I'm saying? You could say Joe, you could say Yvonne, you know what I'm saying? You could say Usher, you could say this new guys, you know what I mean? Like people compare me to Ty Dolla Sign a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, just different. I gotta say Jamie Foxx.
People sleep
Yeah, they
with
really
Jamie
do
Foxx.
sleep on the Fox.
Watching the Jamie Foxx show back in the day, like that's all I wanted to do was sit at a piano and sing.
I love it.
And that's all he did. He would sit down and he would just
Yes.
start playing. And I was a musician and it was just inspiring. I gotta say Michael Jackson as well. You know what I'm saying? Just because he's an icon and everything about performance or what I think performance is, I think he embodied.
So is that the pop part of like?
No, I wouldn't. I'd just say
The rock star part.
that might be the rock star.
Yeah.
I think people. The first show I did, I wasn't even saying anything about rock star. It was the people that gave me the luxe, gave me the name. Because I was up there, I guess because I was doing R&B and I came up with the band and just the aesthetic and you know I'm a crazy performer. I like to emote a lot of energy and emotion.
Alright, now let
I
me.
gotta see one of your performances. 'Cause
Yeah, no, you gotta come out. It's incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
I look for a whole performance performance. Like, I feel like that's what really makes you an artist, that makes you an
into the
entertainer.
performance,
Yeah,
yes.
like when you give a full show.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely
besides
we
just
give a
singing.
full show. And I heard so many people just talking about, oh man, you're like a mixture of like, this one guy, matter of fact, it's my boy, DJ John Black, I had to shout him out. See the first one, the first show I did, he was in the building. He was like, you remind me of a mixture of Usher and Lenny Kravitz.
Wow.
That's a dope combination.
So,
I
yeah,
imagine.
so I was like, oh shit, I got a room with that, you know what I'm saying? And then watching people snatch that night, and it's like, oh, he really an R&B rock star. So I took it around with it, saying I'm an R&B rock star. I love it. You already know everybody.
Do you feel some type of way though when people compare you to other artists? I know sometimes people come up here and they're like, I'm me.
No.
You know, like.
You compare me to somebody that's getting money, I'm all the way with it.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
thanks.
When people see me, if you see me and like, yo, he getting money, you know I'm doing something.
So you started off playing instruments, and then how did you get into this? Like, what made you feel like, all right, I'm gonna start writing? Like, you know, what age was all of this happening? Evolving.
This is late when I came back to music after having gone into business. When my brother Zach Wilson, he had brought me up to Warner Brothers in Atlantic, and I was doing a lot of work with the Justice League, hip hop production team out of I want to say Miami, Florida. Yeah, I think that's in Florida. And my boy Brooke, he had came up here and they was looking for some guys to help with production. And they brought me up there, they loved me. We came up there, the vibe was instant. And then we was doing a lot of work, we was doing a lot of production. And Zach was like, bro, what you want to do? And blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I want to make money, bro. I want to make a lot of money doing this shit. He said, well, if you want to do that, you got to start writing. He said, these publishing deals are crazy. He said, you get one song, your whole life can be changed. You know what I'm saying? So he told me, he was the one that told me.
Was it hard for you then to start writing? If you, like,
Absolutely. At first, you hear songs, even like records, you hear, and this is something like I tell people today, like you hear a record and people be like, oh, they not saying nothing. They not even saying nothing. You go sit and try to write one of them songs, and it's not as easy as you know what I'm saying? You try to write a record, like a hit record, if you don't know the formula, you gotta do your time, you gotta do your research. So I had to go way back, and I had to study and figure this out. And study the greats, you know what I'm saying?
I was gonna ask who were some of the people.
Some of the guys like Kurt Carell,
okay.
The guys that work with Rihanna and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Those people. And I just sat and I just studied music, all the music that I love. You know what I mean? And try to figure out, okay, what was the formula? And then how was the pattern? And how to be creative and using creativity with things that's known. I have a business mentor from afar. His name is Brian Tracy. He says anything on the market, if it's more than 10% different, then it's too new for the consumer today, right? So it only has to be 10% different than what's already on the market for it to be successful. So what I did was
We said say some gem.
What I did was I went and found what was on the market today, and then I found out how to make it 10% different. And then that was where St. Lux comes in and infuses himself into what's already currently on the market. And then just studying and doing it. And then Brooke told me one day, he was like, instead of listening to R&B guys, he said, you want your shit to be different, so why don't you listen to some hip hop artists? And Dave East, he got this song called Katie, and the line says, my bitch bad, no makeup. From that, I wrote a record called No Makeup. And that's the first song I dropped in his history.
So I have a real important question. Because with you saying on to me listening to you this whole time, my question to you is, what do you think has gotten you to this point? Is it your smarts or your talent?
It's a culmination of both. If I wasn't talented, we wouldn't be here.
That's
but
true. No, not really, because you know you got some people.
No, if I wasn't talented, I wouldn't be here.
Okay.
Yeah, because the people that I'm around, like Trev, if I wasn't talented, he would never work with me. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to just work with somebody just because they smart. You know what I mean? So you really have to, the people I'm around coming from music, because we really know music scientifically and feeling, so they wouldn't just bullshit me and just let me go and like I'm putting out something that's not quality. You know what I mean? So it's both. If I wasn't smart, I wouldn't be here. If I wasn't talented,
Well, you're like an industry dream, because everybody is looking for somebody that not only has the talent, obviously, 'cause
But it's
that's what-
marketable.
yeah, but it's marketable and knows what they're doing though. You know, you got people like Joe Budden that be like, you don't know how to do what they're
Yo, he's like a history professor when it comes to this
right.
shit.
So
like,
you could go toe to toe with Joe Budden.
yeah, he don't play.
Yeah, but people like when you can have a conversation. And I think that's what people like about me.
Right,
Is
exactly.
that they can speak to me on whatever level. You know, I could be at an art gallery one day and in the trap the next, you know what I'm saying? Have proficient conversations in both arenas. So
Do you feel like you're gonna tap into different type of music then? Like once, you know.
I think it's really just it's more so timing. I think it is, you know what I mean? Like I think at the right time everything's gonna come out. If you hear my catalog, you'll see like, wow, it's really intense. And my songwriting ability has grown and has been growing for a long time. And there's just songs that people haven't even heard that's on a level that I'll have records that someone compared the record to a Prince record. You know what I'm saying? So
Have you dropped an EP yet, or?
I do have a project of R&B
Okay.
rock stars available everywhere. So any song you ever heard me do, except for the new single Dancing that's dropping real soon. Any song you ever heard me do is on that project.
What's that about?
Okay.
What's the project about?
No, the song Dancing.
Dancing? Oh, so
Like
the
a twerk
song.
song?
It is a
Alright,
dancing
we're
record.
perfect
It's
for that.
a twerk record. But in the song is infused, my uncle just got home from doing 8 years, bedtime. And so the song is really a celebration to him coming home. So that's why they're dancing.
Pop the bottles, bring this hose out.
Exactly.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years is tough because I'm either gonna blow up as an artist or I'm gonna get some moderate success as an artist and then blow up as probably like this business tycoon. So in 5 years it could go either way. Either way I'll be doing both. I'll be working in entertainment and I'll be huge business-wise, whether I go into like branding and, because I'm also a party promoter as well, so like doing that on top of being an artist, I'm getting a lot of relationships. It could really go, I hate to say sky's the limit, as we always say, but there's really I feel like there's no limits to what I can accomplish. Depending on the relationship you build. You know, I might meet somebody who's in product management and they just want to place me in a bunch of commercials and do a bunch of ads, and we might just do that. And Wyclef John, was it Wyclef? Oh no, it wasn't Wyclef, it was the other guy that I can't see him right now. But in any case, he talked about the history of music, and music was always meant to sell something else. So music initially, like RCA, like those companies, they were radio companies. So they sold radios. And the only way to sell radios to a family was to have something to play on it for them, a reason to buy it. So the music business came from selling something else. Jingles and all these other things was meant to sell products. So knowing that, I know there's no limits because you can always sell something with music, and that's what you hear product placement in songs all the time, from luxury cars to the newest alcohol beverage.
That's what they linger on.
Right.
It's money to be made, and you just gotta know how to go get it.
What's one product that you feel like you want to be branded with or associated
It's
with?
funny, me and my brother talk about this all the time. So I don't know the flavor of it, but the black packet Dentyne Ice.
That is real specific.
It's the black pack.
Why?
I always have it on.
He got really nice teeth though. That's all I that.
I appreciate it. Take very good care of my teeth, and I always have it because I go out a lot. You always meet people, and I always have it on me. It's a part of my. It's like my cologne. It's like I gotta have my cologne. So I'm not gonna tell you what I wear, and then like that. I will give the fellas that. You go to the club, a lot of niggas breath be stinking. I always get compliments on my breath. And like, you been drinking that much? This girl told me, you can't be that drunk. Your breath smells too good.
I was gonna say, like, who influences your style? Because your style could be as calm as today, or like there was one time he had on his caution sign. It looked like some Labor Day shit. I'm not going bullshit. He had the wings on, but that shit was flying off of nothing.
I appreciate you mentioning that because my whole brand, even from how I came up with my name, was meant to be. Because I love music and I love fashion. the whole purpose of my branding is to be able to sell you both. So I branded myself as an artist, almost like a fashion company would come out. You know what I mean? So I really can do, like you said,
like an avant-garde.
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
And then people see me. There's so many reasons to why I wear my sunglasses. I could give you 5 reasons why I wear my sunglasses all the time. Nobody's seen me without.
Can we get the 5 reasons?
But
are you on your her type of?
But no, see, that's good. Somebody mentioned that because she's bigger than me. So a shout out to her. She's a good people's of mine, and I'm proud of all her success. But if anybody knows who Karl Lagerfeld is, that's where I initially, as far as my branding goes.
Okay.
That's where I got it from, Karl Lagerfeld, like being in Karl Lagerfeld music. So.
What's your 5 reasons?
He's the creative director for Chanel. What'd you say?
What's your 5 reasons for the glasses?
One is my eyes are very sensitive to light, so I need them. I have astigmatism, which was never corrected, so light over time stresses my eyes. One is image branding. One is I can't think of it right now. But those are the
He's like,
those are the big three.
Those
are the big three. Those are the big three. I did say 5. It might be. It could be 5 though. Oh, I mean, I be high sometimes. Like when I'm inebriated, the fact that I never take them off, no one ever questions if I'm inebriated or not, because you can't tell. So
that makes sense.
That's another big reason.
That's another gem. So are you trying to get into fashion then? Because I didn't realize like how big fashion was associated with you.
Well, yeah, we're gonna drop the Luxe Gang merch line soon. I have my sister actually, who's a designer. She went to FIT. She just graduated. She's gonna be in charge of like all my product creation. So she's working on the line right now. So that's definitely gonna be a big part of what we do. I always push Luxe Gang because I think it's always better, and this is another gem. When you make it more than about yourself, I think you're gonna have a lot of success. Yeah, because St. Lux is just me with Lux, and like we're the one that drives this. And if you rock with me, if you on board and support what I'm doing, you Lux now. So I'm indebted to you. You know what I'm saying? I treat them like that.
How did you come up with that name?
St. Lux? Well, Saint is my actual name. My dad gave me that name. It's my middle name. And Lux is short for luxury.
Yeah.
Comes from the fashion. If I had one word to describe myself, if someone said give me one word to describe myself, I would use luxury.
Is it in a Hazel-y kind of way? Like, is it in a Hazel-y kind of way?
I'm not super familiar with her,
Hazel-y.
so I don't know what you mean by it.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
you do not have to be familiar with
Yeah, but
okay.
Yeah. So luxury to me is just, you think of rare, you think of, you know what I'm saying, one of a kind, you know what I'm saying,
high value.
special materials, high value.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you love luxury, you know, it's an upper echelon, upper tier societal staple. So it's just a lot of different things that I think us as Black excellence embody, and I feel like I wanted to bring that to what I do musically.
So it's definitely not in the Hazel-y way, because she said nothing about Black excellence.
Okay.
So one thing I wanted to ask though, like I know with people who come from like militant parents, did you have to travel a lot with them?
No,
they were.
Once my dad traveled a lot, he was in Desert Storm. But my mom, when she had me, I kind of saved up from it. So,
Okay.
So my dad was more so in it, so I was home with her, and he was doing what he had to do.
Did that affect you in any way, like mentally? No? Really?
Yeah, I was young, and the discipline from them affected me more than them being military.
No, I mean like risking their lives, like, oh, I might not see my dad, or I might not see my mom, or.
Well, just
really?
my dad, because my mom was home after she had me, so.
So you're like the man of the house kind of though.
Not really. Yeah, I guess you could say that, yeah. Like I'm like second daddy type of vibe. But
Yeah.
I don't look at it like that. I'm a big brother, and I take that responsibility, you know, with everything that I do. So like my mom always told me, like, you're the one that they look at. So, you know, and for a long time, the bad side to that is a lot of times that's why I didn't pursue music a long time ago, is because I felt like if I kind of like rebel in a way and do what they don't want me to do, then I gotta get
affect
all my
everybody
siblings
else.
licensed to do whatever they want to do. But then I learned that was BS. And it's like just an excuse for me not just really going for it. So we just went for it.
I was gonna ask you about that too. You know, you say you had a break in music for a while. What caused that break?
My mentor told me that you don't make money making music. So I had done
It
music.
discouraged you a little bit.
No,
He went to go study.
It told me to learn how to go and sell music.
Versus, okay.
Yeah, versus just doing music. Because what happened was you find yourself with a degree,
Right.
and they teach you music, they teach you the tech part. I have a degree in music technology. They don't teach you how to make money
Right.
making music. Like, so you broke, so you end up like a young man, like, and you don't really got the money or the lifestyle that you want to have. You making 150 here for a gig, 200 here for a gig, 300 here for a gig. You might make $900 to $1,000 in a weekend, but is it sustainable as far as like a business structure and like actually having your LLC and actually having a business account and just different fundamental things that you got to know to create a identity inside of the financial structure of America. So I just had to learn how that worked first. So then now I can take my money and invest it and do different things properly versus just having money and not knowing how to build a legacy and an empire with it.
So you never had a regular job?
I have had a regular job.
Really? Where'd you used to work?
Even right now, I still work at Chanel.
Okay, that makes sense.
Regular.
Every time I got
Same Lux talks like
That's
this,
luxe.
you know what I mean? So I'm gonna be out of there soon just because this is taking off so well for me. It's doing really good for me, especially like just with all the great looks I'm getting and people really do support where I'm going. So it's always, but I always take all the money and they can put it right back into the plan.
How do you balance it? Like, what hours do you work, especially because it's retail?
Yeah, that's
3 days a week.
3 days a week?
Because you don't really need it as
I
much
don't
now.
really need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I want one last gem for you because you're a black man that's very well educated, obviously. Not only in the music industry, but I feel like overall, you've been very motivated. You have the confidence. So to all the males out here, like especially the young black boys that are lost and confused, obviously, you know, they might not have had the guidance that you had, or you know, the upbringing. What do you kind of tell them to get them like to one, chase their dreams and follow it through, two, understand that education is key, you know, like what's your advice to that boy?
Well, to that boy, I want to ask him, the first question I'm going to ask him is, what do you want or what do you think you want? And then the question is not how bad do you want it, but it's the proper question is asking someone, what are you willing to sacrifice
Right, I was gonna
in
say
order
that.
to get where you think you want to be? Because if you want this, but it takes this and you're not willing to give that, then you'll never get that.
Right.
So that kind of goes back to your question about like, what do you tell someone who, you know, has been discouraged? Well, if those words are enough to discourage you, then you wasn't meant for that.
Right.
So I feel like every job is worthwhile, right? So you might not be the big boss or the big artist, but you might be someone, you might be excited because whatever you're excited by, that means it's in you. So if you see something and it excites you, that means there's a part of that that's inside of you. And you gotta realize, okay, well, that's something that excites me. I'm not meant to be the main guy, but I could be the guy next to him, or you know what I'm saying. I have one guy. He loves entertainment. He went through police academy. He was a corrections officer. He hated it, quit it. I told him, bro, why don't you start a security company? You like that? You know that field. You know what I mean? Why don't you take that, create a security company, then you can provide security to all these artists who's out there. I know plenty of people that's, you know, bouncers turn security and things like that.
Yeah.
Just find something that you love to do, that you want to do anyway. You know what I'm saying? You hear that all the time. But just figure out the proper business behind it. Like before I jump into anything, I sit down and I study that industry from top to bottom. And I figure out who's the major players. Now I study, Brian Tracy says, if there's 2 ways to get to success. One way is to find every successful person that's ever done what you want to do, study what they do, and do exactly what they do. The second way is to find everyone who's been a failure in what you want to do and don't do anything that they do. So that's what I would tell that kid. What do you want? Study all the people that's doing exactly what you want. Because in mimicking their patterns, you're following principles. Success principles that's going to help you reach the goal that you want to meet.
That's good.
That's
a super gen. So we have our bitch diary questions that we've been asking all night. We didn't get to ask you though. Because you're male, we're just gonna ask you, how do you deal with a breakup?
Well, when I broke up my last relationship like 4 years ago, I was angry at first. You know what I'm saying? So how I handled it was being angry and kind of just like, but what happened was I was angry at the situation, so then I just put all that energy into like being successful. Because you know how they say it's like success is the best. I want you to look up one day and be like, damn, I fucked up.
Right.
So I just put all that energy into what I was able to do, and you know, I didn't realize until I'm gonna say this is the first time I'm saying this, but that's when I started smoking heavy. But I didn't realize until now, like, you know, the whole, mental health is like a big topic, big hot button topic right now. But so in theory, I started self-medicating.
Yeah.
So I started smoking a lot of weed. So that's probably how I did it.
I guess my question is, so were you angry because you were no longer with the person, or you were angry because you felt like they gave up on you, or what is it? Because I feel like
I was more angry that I felt like I wasted time.
You wasted her time or yours?
Mine.
Really?
It sounded like something on her end. It is. Like
Yeah.
son.
I'm gonna say that on radio.
So you broke up with her, or she broke up with you?
I'll say it properly. She requested a break, so I broke it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's more so because you felt like you wasted your time. Though I feel like people, that's a big trigger though. You feel like you wasted your time.
Yeah, I just felt like, because I'm a Pisces, so like we either.
Oh
God, alright. Well, this is not your time.
Oh my God.
I'm a Pisces, so I'm like either.
Another one?
Yes.
Not gonna
I'm
happen.
either all the way in or all the way out.
That's a fact.
So when I was with her, I'm all the way in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now this makes sense.
It don't make sense.
I had to ask some questions. I had to. So how do you deal with the breakup? Or how?
I don't think I turned petty or anything like that.
I'ma just let you speak. I'ma just let you speak.
You're a liar. You know what? Usually I end up walking away because I feel like I'm in a waste of my time or something. So before it even gets to a point where it's like in my face, like that's a breakup, usually at least, I would just dip from the situation. I'd be like, I already see you fucking up. Let me go. And then like I'll probably start talking to other people, I guess.
Oh yeah, did that too. Definitely did that.
I
Like immediately.
Yeah, I do.
Terrible.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I do. I start talking to other people immediately. But it doesn't even mean that it has to be anything sexual, but I definitely entertain.
It was definitely sexual. I was definitely, it was bad. I was bad.
So you turned into a sex addict?
Oh my God.
See.
It was so bad. It was a different
To
shit
get over,
every
to
time.
get under.
I didn't want to get connected with nobody, so every time it was just a different one.
Every other day?
See? The story of men's lives. I'm telling you, all men.
Nah, I feel like
I'm back now. Sure.
you back alright? You back alright?
I'm focused on music, man.
I feel like the craziest thing that ever happened to me was when I broke up with this dude. And I be telling people this story and I'm dead serious. So he knew my older brother and he like got into the house with him. He knocked on the door. My older brother. I need chocolate chip cookies to live. Like it's crazy. But whatever. So I'm sleeping or whatever, and then all of a sudden I just feel mad crumbs on me, and I'm like, yo, what the f is happening? And he was like, yo, please. No, you can't bring it for me. Yeah, and I'm like, how did you get in my house? How did you get in my house? He had this weak ass Sunday from Burger King, and he was just like, take me back. And I was like, yo, get out my house.
Did you love those before that? Was that
No, I don't even eat Burger King. Like,
What the
hell? He used to work there.
He
He worked there when I met him, so I thought he probably thought it was gonna be nostalgic. Like this is where
Is that where you're
Where we met?
Well, you should
Jimmy, you
No, we didn't meet that.
Hell
Hell no. But like, alright, so I try. I'm like, yo, like, get out, because if there's one thing I hate, like, all my life, like, it's when people disturb my sleep.
Yeah.
So you a rap. I don't even want to hear what you have to say. Like, you got to get out of my house, because I don't even know how you got in. I did not know he got in here at the time. So I'm trying to kick him out, whatever. He would not leave. Like, when I tell you he was at the like, and I'm like, never in life were you this crazy. My brother had to pull up on him like, yo, she said go. Like, we was about to jump the thing.
Sometimes you gotta be the pimp boyfriend.
And then he ran down the block and was like, yo, she don't give a fuck about me.
Oh my God.
And then he was like, I'm gonna kill myself. And at that
You was a
time,
cinnamon apple.
at that time, I was like really a bitch. Like, I was terrible. So I was like, yo, my nigga, kill yourself. Let me see. Do it right now. He was like, oh, she don't care about me. He started knocking on my neighbor's door. She wants me to kill myself. What?
Oh, yeah.
When I tell you, that has to be one of the craziest breakups ever. And he stalked me for a little bit. Like, it was bad.
That should be sexy sometimes, but.
And you know what's crazy? It's like years later, all of a sudden, Michael B. Jordan like grew up looking just like him. Like, he looks just on everything. He looks just like that. No, it's too
get
much.
that nigga back. He loves you.
No. Literally, he's the type of person that I was just with for the sex. We was together for like a year and a half though, because I'm consistent. I'm loyal. No, it was my dude. But he started getting crazy. I could tell y'all a lot. Like, he wanted my mother to adopt him. Like, he just loved my life. I brought him I was going to Hunter at the time. And I've been throwing parties for like a minute. So I took him to one of my parties. He was like, oh my God, this is the first party I went to that didn't get shot up. You're living the life. Like, he thought I was so luxurious.
Fuck loving your pussy. He wanted your pussy. He wanted to be you.
He wanted to be me. And I have a bad habit of spoiling niggas. And he was just, he was stuck.
That's going to be our topic next week. Have you ever had a boyfriend that
No, this is why I can't date. This is why I can't date. People get way too attached to me. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well, we're going to wrap this up. I want to really thank you, St. Lux, for coming in here. Not only blessing us with your presence, but dropping a lot of jewels, dropping a lot of gems. I hope everyone listening takes that away from them, because that was free. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay for shit like that.
Yo, they better tune into our show point blank, period. Because the amount of gems that we drop on this show is ridiculous. And all of this is for free.
And
don't give me time.
You know, it's like that we've been your first interview and all that, you know?
I think it's dope that was Sylvia. She was the first one to ever announce me. I think my best introduction on stage has been from Sylvia.
See, I believe that.
I was happy when you introduced me last time.
You owe him an introduction.
It's all good. Shout out Looking.
We'll be at the next show, though.
Shout out Run City. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my team.
So leave us where to find you, what you got coming up.
SAINT LUXE official. It's St. Lux official on Instagram. You can find everything I'm doing there. What I'm doing next is just building my own show. You know.
Okay, so you have a show coming up?
Yeah. Well, it's coming up, but
yeah.
I'm gonna just say this one thing.
It's gonna be crazy though. And the new single gonna drop. Dancing is coming out soon.
Okay.
I think you should definitely have Raccoon a part of your show. For a fact. Because when I tell you in terms of just your energy, your hustle, your preparation, and just giving an all-around show, an all-around performance, and making the people feel like they're a part of the show, which is something that's big for me. Because that's what I do when I host, when I do anything. Like, I like making people feel like they're a part of it, because that's when people will come back. It's like, shit, I'm a star. You know what I'm saying? So Raccoon has to be another person that embodies what I feel like you embody when you're on the stage. When it comes to the live band, people sleep on live bands. First of all, people sleep on instruments, period. There are more 2 tracks than drum kits and bass. There are more. Like, come on, get live instruments and play, and it's different. It's the next level of stuff.
A lot of musicians bring a whole nother, they bring their life and energy to what you're doing. So it's just you bring 4 or 5 different life forces together, and the crowd has no other option but to get that energy back.
Yeah,
right.
Feel it so
Right.
heavy.
Especially when they going in they drums or whatever it is.
Exactly.
Like, look at that, it right there.
Yeah, like
yeah.
between all of that and like Raccoon, he has like lights. He'll have a smoke machine. You know what I'm saying? You have to get. You have to.
If you're not gonna do it all the way right, and all the way right is just the way that you want to do it, but you gotta do it all the way right. You know what I mean?
And this is the biggest thing. Like I feel like there's longevity with you
Yes.
because there's a lot of artists that are doing whatever they're doing right now, and they don't understand like. It's only gonna get harder and it's only gonna become bigger stages and people are just gonna demand more.
Yep.
So if you can't deliver that every time and elevate yourself every time, like I do shows and I see the same artist or whatever case may be, I should definitely not see the same performance though. Like that's a fact. And that's what I would say with you and your team. You guys give a show, you give a performance, you give everybody their solo sections, and I am a sucker for solo sections. You better, when it's your time bass, you better hit that bass. Okay, keys? And I'll be right there like, okay, keys, okay, drums. That is so important to the culture, period. Like, we can have the little lead heads, they can do what they do, but we need this still. Yeah, we need this still.
And you gotta be able to justify your price. Like, if you wanna get paid doing this, you gotta be able to justify your price point. And
exactly.
What you bring to the table helps you add to those percentages of how much you can charge. So it's just another little.
But yeah. Say when they can find you one more time so we can get on.
Same Luxe Official everywhere.
All right.
All right, well, thank you for coming in. This has been Lethal Liz Podcast. Make sure you guys tune in. Download the app Live 365 for all of you listening. Make sure you look for BYB Network. And we'll be back next week.
I love it.
Black girl, you know I love my black girls. Black girl, saying the black girls smoke. Black girl loyal,